as a soldier, you're accountable for your own kit, how you present yourself at work, being on time, all of that. And you don't realize until you leave, like that getting drilled into you early in your career and throughout. You do take it with you when you leave. Hi, Tom.
Hi, mate.
My name's Tom.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just a bit about me. I was in the army in the Raw Signals for 8 years as a communication systems engineer. I left in November 23, and I had my first contracting role with the mod actually in Defence Digital. After that first 12 months, I was looking for my second role, and I was lucky enough to stumble across CERT, and that's where I currently work, and I've been for the last year now. So thoroughly enjoying it. I currently deployed down in FCDO, which is the Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office. That's in Milton Keynes. And I've been there for about a year now as well. So yeah, enjoying it. What about you, mate?
Oh, mate. So yeah, what a coincidence. I'm also called Tom. And I did 9 years in the army, so nearly 10. I joined up as a private, loved it a little bit, commissioned, so I did it twice, basically, basic training. It was pretty good. And then I've just felt I'd gone as far as I wanted to go in my career. So you start going into policy as opposed to people. So I thought I'd leave, and ended up leaving and getting a job with Fujitsu as a land technician, which was not really ideal at all, to be honest. And then I ended up stumbling across contact with Jack at CERT, spoke to Jack, and he helped me get a foot in the door into being a project manager for CERT. But at the moment, I'm contracted with FCDO as a KIM analyst, and then that'll go down. We're going to explore that avenue a little bit and then see where that takes us. But that's everything about me as well.
I'm going first.
Yeah, mate.
So Slim Shady, what one tip would you give to service leavers?
Network. So when I left, I kind of just followed the expected trajectory of just going to CTP events and kind of getting swept up with all the stands there and what they say. And I ended up going down a route I just was not intending to go down at all. I think they gave me a pretty good sales pitch, but in blind faith, I thought they were there for the benefit of me, and they weren't, obviously. It's pretty hard to get a job outside of the military. And as much as people do care that you're a vet, people don't really care that you're a vet also. It's hard to get through the filter, isn't it? So if you can network and get in, then you can skip that little filter. So if you want to work for CERTs or Rolls-Royce or whatever, go on LinkedIn, find someone who works there who is a vet, direct email them, and then they'll help you out. Every vet will help each other. Like that's just what we do, isn't it? We look after each other, and network. That's anything you can do, just network.
Yeah, I would agree, to be honest. That's what I found the most beneficial for me as well, is just actually reaching out to people. And you find a lot of people are really willing to help you. And if they can't give you a job, they can point you in the right direction or give you contacts of someone who might be able to.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah. Here we go. I want to say something proper naughty then. What piece of military gear do you secretly miss the most? It's so obvious for you, this.
Military gear?
Yeah, like a radio, mate.
Radio? No. I miss my PTI vest, actually.
Oh, yeah.
No, military gear.
It is the vest. Don't pretend it's not.
Yeah, it probably is. Right, for this. I don't know. It worked on quite a lot of cool kits. Been in the signals, a lot of, I enjoyed the satellite communications equipment. I found that quite interesting, quite big and bulky for what it did. But yeah, I miss that aspect of it. I also miss driving the trucks, the big green truck. Yeah. What about you?
I didn't have any Gucci kit, mate. I was a clerk and then an REO. So like, I mean, if I said I missed my kettle, I've got one now, so I'm not really missing anything. Mess kit. It's nice looking. It's nice being in a mess kit and looking pretty nice. And if I wore it now, people would just look at me quite weird if I was going down to the Londis in that, wouldn't they? So, it probably is just that. It's the looking sharp and having nice events with it, but nothing actually Gucci, to be honest.
Yeah, nice. Did anyone actually like cleaning their kit, or was that just an act? In terms of cleaning kit,
I mean, it's weapon kit yourself, isn't it? And absolutely rats doing it, to be honest. No, I genuinely hated it. Like, I appreciate you've got to do it. And, you know, after you go to a range, like everyone loves going to a range. A range is pretty fun. And then having to clean your rifle for the next 6 hours is just a waste of time. It's awful. If we could actually just clean it to, you know, and it not be time barred, I don't think it'd be that bad. I can clean a rifle in 45 minutes to a pretty sharp standard. And then the next 3 hours, I'm just chatting.
It's never good enough if you do it quick anyway, is it?
No. Did you like it?
No.
No, I didn't think you did. No one likes it. It's awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
I think that's a silly question.
What one thing do you wish corporate companies knew about veterans and service leavers?
I think it would be nice if they could understand that service leavers and military personnel have an abundance of skills and qualities that suit the corporate world. It's just the language they use is very different. And it might take a little bit of time to adjust to the new language, but it doesn't mean they can't do the job.
Mm-hmm.
So I found personally, when someone gave me when I was in my first role, someone explained what I'd be doing, and it seemed a bit like, oh, definitely not qualified for this. And then reaching out to other veterans who've been through similar positions and roles, described it in terms of what I've done in the military, and it all made sense. And I finally got a bit of confidence in my ability, and I've actually done that in the military. So yeah, just understanding that we have got the skills, and that transition from the military takes a bit of time, but military people are very adaptable and they will learn quickly. So yeah, if they understood that, I think that would help a lot for service leavers.
I totally agree. It's things like Prince 2, isn't it? So everyone in the corporate world wants you to have Prince 2, and it's just terminology. And after I was going through it, you see that it's essentially what you do in the military anyway. You're following a waterfall method. You just don't know that you're actually doing it at all. But then when you see it on a job description or something, like you want to apply for it, you think, well, I absolutely can't do that. And then you get into the job and you think, this is the easiest thing I've ever done in my life, because you've been doing it for 10 years, 10, 20, however long you've been in. It's if they could see that. And I think this is another thing that would be nice as well. If they sit there and say, well, this isn't the finished article, but this is somebody who will absolutely roll their sleeves up and get it done regardless. There's nothing somebody who hasn't served will not just get stuck into and just do. If they can't do it, they'll do it. They'll find a way to do it. And it'd be nice if they knew that.
Yeah.
I suppose exactly. It's just going to take time, isn't it?
Yeah. And I learned the other day that like Scrum actually came from the military, or like the sort of the idea of it. And one of my colleagues on the project I'm on now, he didn't serve in the military, but he explained, it's just what you do in the military. We turn up, first thing you do is have a first parade, make sure everyone's all right. Any issues yesterday, what you're going to be working on today. This is exactly like a daily stand-up or something like that.
Yeah.
And just relating it and thinking, oh, yeah, exactly that.
I know it.
Yeah. It's just that language. It takes a bit of time, but yeah, I encourage everyone just to stick at it. And veterans, military people just get stuck in and give it their best anyway. So yeah, I'm finally getting to that point now where I'm sort of understanding the language a lot more and having a bit more confidence in my ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it?
Cheers, your turn, Robert.
Next. Keep picking up the wrong way. How did you know it was time to leave the military? I like that one, actually.
I mean, it's pretty grim, but I was just snapped. I wasn't enjoying it anymore. So I definitely, for like the first 5 or 6 years, if anybody asked me, I'd have said I was a lifer, and I would have been, and I would have been. But I don't know, it just stopped being fun. It's probably a lot to do with all the cuts we had, but the jobs didn't go anywhere. It's a bit grim, but when COVID happened, all the bullshit tasks, they stopped, and then the job became a bit fun again because you were just actually doing what your job was. And then slowly after COVID faded away, like all the tedious tasks came back in, and it all the tasks that you need to promote, which aren't actually to do with your job. And you realize I'm not here for that. I'm not here to do all these silly things. I just want to do my job, and I want to do it well, instead of doing 80% of my job and 20% promotion tasks. And I felt it's run its course then. And I don't regret leaving. I enjoyed every second of it, but I wouldn't have wanted to stay for a second longer. What about you?
Similar, to be honest. I got to the point age, I felt like I was at the age where I could either commit and do a longer career or leave and still be young enough to get into a new trade and sort of start again and pivot careers. And yeah, it was like you said, it was getting hard with family life as well, constantly being deployed or not knowing what you're doing month to month. It gets a bit harder when you've got a house and responsibilities at home. And yeah, I think it was just the right time for me, to be honest. I miss it as well, like a certain aspect of it, but I don't regret leaving at all. I think you're always going to look back on the fonder memories rather than the crap that you go through. So yeah, similar to you, to be honest.
Yeah, fair. Why do you think I'm wearing a hat? No, I'm joking.
Because your big ball head,
yeah,
and the light shining.
Yeah, so I'm a cue ball. What was the most outrageous nickname someone had in your unit, and how did they earn it?
Jesus,
I don't think anybody had one in mind that I knew of.
I've had loads of nicknames. We can do it again. I've had like Gwynn Stefani, Gwynn Diesel.
They're all quite nice.
Gwynny Pig. Like,
yeah. Maybe. Fuck it, hell, that's quite decent.
Should I say that?
I like Gwynny Pig.
I'm exposing myself on this. So,
I got nothing, mate. Nobody gave me anything.
Yeah.
For it.
My go. Get it the right way, right up this time. Which movie or TV show gets military life hilariously wrong or scarily right?
Bad Lads Army is pretty good for it. It's pretty. Have you ever seen that?
Bad Lads Army.
Yeah, so it's like they pretend to be like really old back in the day, and they use like I think they were serving at the time, and they melt their faces off a little bit.
Yeah.
But most of the ones that get it right, or as close to right as possible, are probably like the training ones. So like if you watch like the Royal Marines Commando one or something like that, or the Para one or Paragon, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Movie wise, we've never done it. I've never done anything as Ali, so I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know if I would storm the beaches with my keyboard, to be honest. But I imagine that probably did a good job. I don't know. Right? We don't do anything as Ali as that, to be honest.
You'd be the keyboard guy who gets put on that section by mistake.
The one that gets everyone killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be me actually. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, you did a good job. Proud of him.
I like Dad's Army. Is it Dad's Army?
The old one.
Yeah. That's funny.
The stuff that they don't really get it wrong. So I think they take advice from active military people, don't they? Like certain people to help with stuff. It's the way people look that drives me insane. Like they'll have the berry on and they'll look like a helipad, or they'll just be in a shit state. I hate that stuff. Can't stand it. The captain from Ghosts, he's a good bloke. He's got it down to a T. He does a good job.
Yeah.
What was your biggest challenge when you first entered your first civvy job?
I'd say like there's quite a few challenges really. Going into my first role is a contact role. It was hybrid, so not having been in person. It was like I was working up isolated quite a lot of the time, not having someone next to me just to like ask questions rather than and having to adjust to maybe like Teams messages instead. And that took a bit of time to adjust to. I missed the camaraderie of like working with your mates. You live and work. If you live in the block, you're with your mates all the time. So it's I miss that banter, I suppose. But yeah, what about you?
Oh, mine was. I mean, this sounds awful, but it was 4-hour daily commute for 20 grand less was just horrendous, and it was awful. And then I'd get to the office, and then you would just work on a computer anyway in a massive room of. It looked like the Matrix, like the start of the Matrix, where you're just in like on your own, and nobody speaks to each other in person, and it's so dull, and you just think this is awful. Like, is this actually what I've given up what I had for this, and It was horrible. It was horrible.
Important to note that was your first role.
That's not this one.
That was your initial leaving the military role.
Yeah, that was the one that somewhat paid the bills. Badly.
Yeah,
and then
you're back on track.
Yeah. That it's when you leave, you don't always stay in your first role, do you? You don't get that lucky, and I think it's hard to find what you want, isn't it? And adjusting to civvy life is pretty difficult at first if you don't find a job that's got a good veteran cohort.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. What skill from the military has been most valuable in your civilian life?
So when I first joined up, I was a pretty shy lad, which is weird because I joined up when I was 24. But I was really shy. So when I went to phase 2, we had to give presentations. You just stand up and just deliver a presentation on whatever, and I was dripping in sweat. Like it was like a hard PT session, was just delivering presentations, and I was nervous. I had very low charisma, and just through serving, I think, just through like daily living in the army, you get a bit more confidence, but self-confidence, and it really helps when you can present and like lead people, right? Like every rank in the military, you learn how to lead, even as a private. Like you got the new like guys and girls coming in, and you can lead them, and it helps you with your confidence. And when you're in the civvy world, you see that people don't really have that. Like some do, obviously, but there's a lot of people that really still struggle with confidence, and that's absolutely the one thing I can take away that's helped me, definitely.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I agree that being able to speak in front of people, that definitely helps. I got exposed to that quite young, as a lot of people at a similar age wouldn't have necessarily been in that position of having to talk or brief to senior officers or senior soldiers, and expected to deliver it as if you were a senior yourself. So that, yeah, getting chucked straight into like being in the deep end and just getting on with it. Also say like accountability, like you as a soldier, you're accountable for your own kit, how you present yourself at work, being on time, all of that. And you don't realize until you leave, like that getting drilled into you early in your career and throughout, you do take it with you when you leave. And having that basic standards that sort of helps you shine in civilian roles, I think that's very valuable.
So the worst thing is that 5 minutes before, because that makes me physically sick if I'm late. Even now, it's awful. I hate it. Oh my God, we're free.
We're done.
We're free. Get out of here.